Hi, my name is Annette Fletcher, and I organize the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series, which is intended to encourage women and girls into their purpose by hearing the stories of phenomenal queens about their experiences, their journeys, their trials and tribulations, in hopes of encouraging other women and girls into their purpose. We're all perfect in our imperfections, and I hope that you find your tribe as you listen to these authentic queens share their stories. Today, we have none other than Mary Jackson. And I am not even going to begin to tell you how much and how impactful this queen is. Every time I see her, she is representing. Before John Carr introduced you at the event that we had in town,
Mhm.
all over the place. So can you tell us? I'm not even going to give it away. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, why you do it, why you feel like it's important, and how we can keep in touch and follow you?
Absolutely. So, as you stated, my name is Mary Jackson. I am the owner and founder of Thick Girls is Fly. Thick Girls is Fly is a apparel collection that I created with my husband, and we geared to full-figured women such as myself, because it's time for us to embrace all for ourselves. My BBW is the shirt I'm wearing today, but it stands for Black Businesswoman. So I have a girlfriend that I support that she does my BBW for everything, and it can mean whatever you want it to mean with BBW, and it's pretty amazing. Um, of course, I just did Miss Fashion Global, as you had a history with yourself. I was the photo winner for that for 2020, and then titled for the 40 and over for 2021. That within itself was an experience. I met a lot of amazing queens. Um, the reason for the whole empowering myself as a plus size woman, as well as the new embarkment on this 40 and over, is because society tends to put us in this box where we're too big, or we're not good enough to be models and or business owners, or your age justifies why you can't do these things. And it's important to me to show otherwise. So um, I'm here for that. I'm just here like I'll be 43 in March, and as long as God gives me the breath and the willingness to do it, I'm here. So
Okay. So how did you get started? Thick Girls is Fly is awesome. My water bottle is in the freezer now because I freeze it every time I finish my water. I put So I'm on one of my regular bottles now. I was like, "Ooh, do I have this sitting here?" How did you get started? And I've seen the water bottle. I've seen the fanny pack. Is there a line of clothing that goes with it?
Absolutely.
How did you get started with it?
I have a horrible addiction for graphic t-shirts. So I was mainly having anyone that was mainly Black business owners make t-shirts for me. And then when me and my husband one day was sitting out up at Tuesdays, he was like, "Why don't you just do your own? Like, why don't you have your own thing?" And I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Like, so I had a gentleman, I reached out to a couple people that do logos. So I made her, and my TGIF, which stands for Thick Girls is Fly. My I is me, a fly female. So anyone can be that I, because it's all about you in that moment. So this is your I, and the I is always the individual can be for for that sake. But yeah, so we have tights, we have sweatpants, we have shorts, we have hats. We're working on coats. The only thing is, COVID has slowed up a lot of things with manufacturing. I thought it was just my business. However, I found out when we bought furniture, it's everywhere that everything is held up. So unfortunately, there is some delay in some things, but Thick Girls is Fly on Instagram as well as Facebook has all the updates of the new apparel that we get in, and we tend to usually drop things on Friday. We try to drop new things every Friday. Again, Thick Girls is Fly. It's Friday, TGIF. It just all makes sense. I want to make it a cool thing to want to be a thick fly girl if that's what you want to do.
That
So I'm
makes sense. That was
yes.
smooth. That
every every
was in the
Friday, it's like yeah, but from Wednesday to Friday, I used to be so busy before this pandemic got crazy. But I'm looking forward to getting back into things. Hopefully by spring. I've talked to a couple of my manufacturers and vendors, and they're willing to try to get back to work and get things up to a more punctual speed. So God's will, we'll get back through it. So
Okay, okay. I've been interviewing a lot of queens, and they're saying that COVID has been good and interesting at the same time. In that in this season, the lessons that they've learned or the experiences that they've gotten in this season. First, they said they were pulling their hair out, like trying to figure out what was going on and what was going to happen and what like, and as they started like just sitting and being still, they started figuring out how they can do, like one young lady was saying that she had to go to a new manufacturer because the one that she had, they switched their t-shirts so they were like thinner
the
and they
quality,
were
yeah,
snug. So she's like, now she has to switch to somebody else because we're like you said, we're plus size women. We can't be around
right,
tight fitted.
right. We need good quality. We gotta have good quality because
Like,
we
but
like to wear our things nice and comfy, and we like it to
yeah.
wear a little,
But the,
more for our money. So
she was excited though because she had never branched out to other people. So
okay,
like I've had now an opportunity to meet some new distributors, to connect to some other people. And like you said, you were connecting to some other queens in reference to what you were doing before. So, there are lessons and opportunities in them. Some of them I'm still trying to figure out, girl.
absolutely. It's an event coming up in Delaware. I want to say the 30th um, of young, a bunch of queens, entrepreneurs, and they're having it right here in Delaware, somewhere in the city. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. I said I was going to go and support them because I know some of them are from Chester. And I thought
Okay.
it was cool that they were having it down here in Delaware since now this is where I reside. So I'm like, that's perfect. So, and I think they're having some in February or March as well with a tribute to Biggie, which I thought was
Oh,
amazing. So I said
okay.
that should be dope. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just follow. I'm inspired by a lot of other queens that I see, people that I went to school with, even some younger women. Like if people call me to ask me, like, where do I start? How do I? I'm like, I'm no expert. I fumble through the dark all the time on my own because people say they'll help you, and then of course they don't. So then it's like, okay, if I want to do it, then I'm just gonna have to do it. It takes trial and error. It takes a couple L's that you want to take financially. But I mean, eventually you'll get it right. So whatever I can do to help people, I absolutely do. And I've seen a lot of people become a lot of. I mean, if you didn't take this time during this COVID to know that it's time to work for yourself and do things that so people can't send you home when things get rough, like okay, like I still got bills to pay. You sending me home, like so.
Yeah.
It was an eye opener, like
That.
you said. It was bittersweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have seen your photo sessions with the TGIF. I've seen you in some shoots as an ambassador for other brands or partner brands. So you're
Mm-hmm.
a model, an ambassador, a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, as well as a consultant.
If they need it, if I can help them, I do. It's not a title as a consultant, but whatever I can do to help a young sister, absolutely. Um,
Okay.
I am the plus size. I am the face for the plus size for Rashad Calhoun. He has the Char by Rashad, and that's who I model for. So he has an event that's coming up, and unfortunately, due to COVID, it has to be like an invite only. But I'm sure it's going to be streamed, so I'll be in that in April, I believe. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the next events that you are going to have. So, again, being a Delaware resident now. So, um, I'm just looking to network and reach out and continue to inspire plus size women, especially if they were on the verge of thinking about getting surgery. Because I've been there, and I just had to think that I like being a plus size. I don't like my fupa sometimes or my back fat, but I know how to work on that. So now my son is my personal trainer at Retro. So I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to be a size two. I don't want to be that, but yeah, I
Yeah.
love the skin I'm in. So, and I think that and when you see my pictures, you kind of see that. I said, I know my followers like, I'm tired of her selfies. I'm tired of her taking pictures. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to
Girl,
get it now.
no, no, girl, bring them. And they be fine. I'm like, she chilling today. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Oh, hold up. She upscale. She said, oh. And then she like, hold on, I'm being a little ratchet for you real quick. Don't play with me. Look,
Yeah.
time
Jay
I
Z said,
see you,
change
you got a
clothes.
different look.
Absolutely. You have to be able to chill with your guy at the hood barbecues and bars and be able to sit with the bosses too. Like nobody wants like a stiff woman. You got to be able to switch up. When you need me to throw on shoes and a gown, I can do that too. So
Girl, and the
I'm very
timing that you
versatile.
seem to do it, I love it. You
Thank
switch up
you.
your hair. I've seen you in different faces. I had to go back. Like, hold up. Is that her?
I said a little different look, but the same woman. Absolutely. So it's all about not being boring and enjoying the one life that we have with no regrets, no apologies. I had my own insecurities and things that I dealt with, but that's in the past. Like, you can't change me now. I'm like, I found myself. I love myself more, and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. So,
Well, in terms of branding and expanding, what can we look forward to in the future from TGIF, aka Thick Girls is Fly? You got a book coming out. You got a journal coming out. You got what you got going on?
just more quality clothes. We want to be your next when you think about shopping as a plus size woman instead of running and not knocking Ashley stores or Tories or nothing like that. But we want to be that. That's what the goal is going to be ultimately. Like we're tri-state area now, but we are looking to brand everywhere I go. I'm wearing TGIF from head to toe. New Orleans.
Yes.
When I went to Florida for Miss Fashion Global, they like that's your brand. Absolutely. You need a business card? Keep them on hand all the time. Need an ink pen to write something? I got an ink pen for you too. Like listen, put my name on everything until they get tired of it.
I will not get tired of thick girls. Whether I am thick or not, I love seeing you on IG in your various looks. I love seeing your brand. I am ecstatic about your brand. And as one of the other queens said, representation definitely does matter. And I love that you represent daily. Seem like every day I got a different. I'm like, oh, she just be on it. I think it.
Well, they said part of it is staying relevant, right? They said a big part of your business is to stay relevant. And unfortunately, with COVID not having me being able to have my sales, I still want people to know TGIF is still around. And when it's time, they're going to be like, oh, she finally dropping it. Like, keep it, stay fresh in their mind. Don't let them forget about me. Like, so.
You're right. You're right.
We come back. We're going to be back. Like, now we had pillows and blankets. We had so much stuff. But then again, like I said, with the move and the situation that went on, that I can't speak on much because of the repercussions of it. But it's every setback means a major comeback. I just look at it that way. Things
All
happen for a
right.
reason.
I
I'm not
like that.
defeated, that's for sure. I'm not defeated, and I'm nowhere near done yet. So
She said
I'm here
she
for the long
is
haul.
she is nowhere done, y'all. So if you do not know, Miss Jackson, Mary Jackson, is the CEO, president, manager. Is Fly. You can find her on Facebook. Thick Girls is Fly on Instagram. Thick Girls is Fly, and she got a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
check her out. And yes, all those different hairstyles, all those different looks, it's her. It's her. Yeah, she is serving y'all in every picture. So y'all make sure y'all check her out. And she has a clothing line as well. Like, and as you just heard her say, she got pillows coming, blankets coming.
Yeah.
water bottle, and I got my fanny pack. So I don't know about y'all. When summer come through, well, I keep my water bottle. I keep my water bottle, but when summer come through, I'm having a little fanny pack. I'm needing little sweatpants because I've been looking for it, but I keep seeing those old school ones with the cuff. Come on,
Yeah.
don't give me
Now we don't have those ones. We have shorts that's my husband are not so fond of. They're the little shorts, the little booty shorts, and they have the TGIF across, TGI across the butt. They have my little logo on the front. And some women are using them. They work out in them, or when they
yeah.
do their jogs and stuff, and when they're out, or just
Around the office or your home office nowadays,
right.
they are comfy.
They are, yeah, and it's a nice chill. Like I said, we have right now more comfy wear. We are definitely once we get another vendor we're looking at in LA. Once we get that vendor, we're gonna go to the casual because if you see in I like to dress up too. Like I like shoes and blazers, like things like that. So and fly, that's that. So yeah, we're gonna look at all that fly stuff. We're gonna keep it nice and interesting. Again, you won't be bored with TGIF, trust me.
Trust, because you ain't, look, I'm not bored now. I'm entertained when I go through now. So make sure you like, share, and follow Thick Girls is Fly, aka Mary Jackson. As she said, typically on Friday, she's dropping something new, but she always got something new on her page. So just like, be a stalker like me. It's that family. So make sure you check out Mary Jackson. Thick Girls is Fly. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, sis.
Remember to join the Queendom. Her information is going to be below this video. Make sure you check out her links and check out her site. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you.